Hi everybody, this is Soapy. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I want to take a little time to introduce a new concept that I've been working on. It's sort of my take on the Mascot horror stuff going around. A little bit of context. So for the past month or so, I've been kind of getting into Mascot horror games, which is kind of unlike me, but I will explain why in a second. So it kind of started when I saw a playthrough of Indigo Park, which is an indie Mascot horror game where you're going around this park and you're being chased by these like mascot creatures, and I really enjoyed it. It kind of like opened my eyes to horror games and like the possibility that I would like them, because I really like horror, but I like 30s and 40s horror. Like, I like really old horror. I don't much like jump scares and like really freaky new stuff, which is why I don't play a lot of horror games anyways. But Indigo Park kind of opened up a new avenue for me. Indigo Park kind of emphasized the like nostalgia type feel, or like the fact that you went to this park as a kid and you are now coming back and revisiting the park and everything. So you already know some stuff about it, and it's kind of nostalgic in a weird kind of way. So I really like that concept, and not gonna lie, I got really invested. Obviously, the biggest Mascot horror game is probably Five Nights at Freddy's, which obviously I've known of for a very long time. It came out when I was in like 4th or 5th grade, I think. Anyways, I never really got into it because it kind of highlights just the horror portion of like Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and whatnot. It doesn't go into, it leans more horror than nostalgia, and I kind of like that Indigo Park balanced those two very, very well. But not gonna lie, I have been getting into FNAF, guys. I've been dodging the FNAF autism for all these years, and finally it kind of got me. So if you want to see more Five Nights at Freddy's stuff, let me know. I might do some stuff anyways. But obviously, Five Nights at Freddy's was based heavily off of Chuck E. Cheese, and I went to Chuck E. Cheese a lot as a kid because they had a location near me, which has since closed down, unfortunately. Rest in peace, Charles Entertainment Cheese. And I kind of just recently learned that Five Nights at Freddy's was based off of Chuck E. Cheese, which is wild to me because it's like obvious to me now. But like I just didn't make that connection because I never associated Chuck E. Cheese with like horror. So Indigo Park kind of made that connection for me, and then I sort of was able to make the connection between like Chuck E. Cheese and Five Nights at Freddy's. So now I'm kind of invested in Five Nights at Freddy's. Like I was a kid that had a lot of like birthday parties like at Chuck E. Cheese or like a roller skating rink or something. Like I had a lot of those classic nostalgic like early 2000s childhood, like I'm talking the plastic tablecloths, the really crappy paper cups, the really greasy pizza. Like I love that. I honestly miss that so much. Another reason that I got into kind of this nostalgia horror kind of vibe is when I was a kid, I had a lot of birthday parties at a place called Rollin' America, and it was a roller rink. It had like a little arcade, it had laser tag. It was awesome. It was really cool and I loved it a lot, but it shut down years ago. So I really only remember it from like when I was a kid. Same with Chuck E. Cheese. Both of those locations shut down when I was still a kid, so I haven't had a chance. Like I haven't thought about them for years. So since this project is going to be so heavily based on like early 2000s nostalgia, I was looking through some of our old family photos for research and I came across a lot of videos of me actually when I was a kid. So I'm going to put them on screen now just because I thought they were interesting because it's me obviously, but also because I feel like it captures a lot of that nostalgia for me and the color that these places had. In addition to Chuck E. Cheese, I also found a little bit of footage from a birthday party at Rollin' America, which was kind of cool. I definitely remember those hard red bench seats, and you can also see a little bit of the arcade carpet. I also found a bit of footage from me at Cocoa Keys, which is a water park that has since closed down, but I thought it'd be interesting to share anyways, since this is kind of what I'll be going for in Mitzi's section of the resort. I recently came across photos that somebody did in January of this year, I believe, but they're photos of Rollin' America as it looks like now, and it's just like, it's kind of dark, there's nobody there, there's no people. It's, you know, a little chipped and a little worn around the edges, but it's not too bad since it's indoors, obviously. But that, like, got me really interested because those pictures kind of arguably are creepy. but I did not even think to see them as creepy at first, because like I could never really associate it with creepiness and horror. It was fun. It's a roller rink. It's very nostalgic to me. So it was kind of that mix of like not being like seeing a very kind of creepy place, but it's not creepy to me, and it's abandoned, but I will always have that like nostalgic memory. Like the combination of like nostalgia and fun and like creepiness was like really, really interesting to me, and I think kind of what sparked this project that I'm going to talk about in just a minute when I finish talking. So this project, I don't know what it is. In my mind, it's a game, just because mascot horror is very prevalent in games, but like, it could be a show, it could be a movie, it could be animated. Like, I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just having little delusions in my mind. So the concept is called Wild Tales, and it's about like a resort park thing that has lots of different sections to it, called Wild Tales Adventure Resort and Water Park. Oh my god, there's a tick. Hold on a minute. Okay, back to what I was saying. So the park resort thing is called Wild Tales Adventure Resort and Water Park. And kind of the plot idea is that it's open for a little while, and then it closes, the owner dies, and unexpectedly leaves the park to a former employee and her daughter. And the daughter is going to be the main character of this story. And so the employee and the daughter decide to go back to the park, which has now been abandoned for at least a couple years, and see what they can do, see how they can repair it and restore it to its former glory, because they have the park, they might as well do something with it. Probably meant a lot to them when it was open. So the whole, gameplay, show, content, the content of Wild Tales would just be like the main character. I'm guessing it'll be like different days, like over the course of a couple weeks or something. Like day one, you go in there to maybe clean up the cafeteria a little bit, or, get behind this locked door and see what happens or something. So you have kind of different tasks, but the tasks sort of shift and change into like exploring, like you're doing more exploring and just like curiosity and looking at old tapes and stuff like that. And the other thing is, I was a big fan of Scooby-Doo when I was a kid, and I still am, the original Scooby-Doo. So I kind of like the idea of having a more Scooby-Doo-esque plot. I don't want to give away too much of the plot, because I don't know where I'm going with this yet, and I don't really fully know the plot anyways. But one thing I really liked about Scooby-Doo is that the monsters were just some guy in a costume, they weren't supernatural or something like that. So contrary to stuff like Five Nights at Freddy's, where there is a lot of supernatural stuff at play, I want it to be more realistic. Like, it's still creepy, but like the problems are more grounded in reality, which I think will serve to enhance the plot quite a bit as well. So finally, getting to the actual content of this video, I wanted to create sort of like a fake pitch. I've never been in the entertainment industry in my life. I have no experience with it. I was not trained for the industry. My college training was in fine arts, and not really like the animation and game development industry. But I don't care. I'm just going to do a crappy fake pitch anyways. So I'm drawing out all the characters. I also designed the logo and did kind of like a quick fake screenshot, I guess, of like what the show would look like, because I wanted there to be like a spin-off or like a show that came from this resort and water park of these characters, to kind of like flesh out the characters a little bit. So I also kind of wanted the spin-off show, which I decided to call Wild Tales Mitzi and Friends, to be like an educational show. I grew up a lot on Wild Kratts and a lot of like PBS Kids educational type shows and things. So I thought it'd be kind of fun if they were just like learning about different cultures and different like wildlife facts and stuff like that, since I haven't seen a lot of exploration in that within like the mascot horror genre. There's 5 mascots, and there's the one protagonist that I will be designing, and at the end I will also be doing some like fake concept art, because I wanted to get a sense of like not only what the characters are and what the mascots are like, but also the environment, because that's going to be a big player in this game show thing. I really need to make up my mind One thing I really liked about like Indigo Park and especially Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is the exploring and just the environment and how much detail there was in the game, and you could just walk around and see everything and see all the art on the walls and like some little details and like the bathrooms, the trash cans. Like, it's so immersive, you know, it provides such an immersive experience. It kind of lends itself to the fact that this place is real. So I wanted to do some concept art surrounding that and kind of what the style of the thing would be if this were a game or a show. Alright, so straight into the characters. So first one that I'm drawing is Mitzi the Toucan. She's kind of the unofficial leader of the group. She lives in the rainforest. She's very excitable, very bubbly. She has a lot of energy, and she often leads the rest of the team into their own adventures. Her design was pretty straightforward. I also went to a place called Cocoa Keys a lot when I was a kid, and they had like a macaw, like a red macaw as a mascot. So I kind of wanted to take a lot of inspiration from like the bird mascot aspect of this. I don't know. And I feel like a lot of places have like birds or like tropical birds as mascots as well. So I thought a toucan would be a good choice. Next up is Checkers the cheetah. So I kind of went for like a more anthropomorphized version of her. I was kind of flipping back and forth on like what style I guess I wanted the characters to be, but I ended up doing a mix. So she was based a lot on like kind of African safari vibes. She's very fast thinking and knows a lot about practicality in the wild and everything like that. She's very experienced in like wilderness survival and exploration. Next up is Willie the kangaroo. So I originally started him out as more of an Australian explorer type, like he has a little compass, he has a bandana or something, maybe a vest, and wanted him to be kind of nerdy and shy, but then I realized it was kind of similar to Checkers' African safari vibe, so I wanted them to be like very distinct characters. So I kind of changed it up and made him sort of this chill surfer dude. I feel like there was also a lot of that in like early 2000s like advertisements or mascots or whatever. It was like surfer guys in like swim trunks like on a surfboard or something. I don't know. I would think he's very passionate about preserving nature and the care of endangered species and advocating for preserving wildlife. I also thought it would be really funny if he was afraid of spiders or something, because Australia has a lot of really big spiders, I'm told, and that would be kind of ironic. But like, he still loves the spiders. He still respects and appreciates them for being animals. He just doesn't want them anywhere near him. Next up is Meihua the Chinese dragon, or Mei. She is very, very soft, very feminine, very gentle. She's also kind of small compared to the other characters. Boy howdy, did I have a tough time designing her. I didn't really know what direction I wanted to go with her because I didn't really have any direct references. I was kind of referencing like a lot of early 2000s like advertising or mascots and stuff like that, but I didn't really have anything to pull from with her, so I was just kind of kind of winging it, but I think she turned out all right. I also thought it would be kind of fun to have a dragon in there because this is an educational show for kids about wildlife and nature. So throwing a creature that is mythological, that is not really real, to help teach about like mythological creatures in that aspect, and also Chinese culture, obviously, was really cool. Last but not least is Siku the orca. I really did not know what I wanted to do for him, since orcas' designs are pretty straightforward, you know? You can't really do a lot of anthropomorphizing with that. I kind of thought about switching him to a dolphin halfway through, but then I was like, nah, you know, orcas are more distinct, I guess. And I also wanted that education opportunity of teaching kids about, again, like the treatment of animals in captivity, and especially orcas. I also ended up making him an unnatural color because I realized kind of halfway through that he is black with white spots on his face, and Mitzi is also black or dark gray with a white spot on her face. So I thought the color combinations were a little bit like too similar, not distinct enough. So I ended up making him blue. That's it for characters. In my mind, Mei and Siku were sort of added after the fact. Like Willy, Mitzi, and Checkers were the original characters in the park and resort, and then maybe they made a show or something and then added more characters to the show. They added newer sections onto the resort for Mei and Siku. And also both of them have names of their respective culture. Mei's name is Chinese and Siku's is Inuit. So I would think that they were kind of added on to provide a little bit more cultural diversity. Also, I did kind of toy with the idea of physical manifestations of the mascots. Like Five Nights at Freddy's has animatronics. Indigo Park has like real life creatures. For this, I kind of wanted to go, there are some animatronics, but they're more like kind of the old school animatronics that you would find on like Disney rides or something, where they're just kind of there and they just move a little bit and have like a pre-recorded tape they play or something. I also wanted to have some puppets because I thought that was a pretty cool concept, like sort of animatronics or characters that are sort of manipulated by an actual human being, more to follow. So I did end up drawing like kind of a quick Mitzi animatronic thing. And last but not least, the actual real human protagonist of this show. I haven't decided what her name is yet. I'm gonna have to do that soon. But I knew that I wanted her to have some, you know, like early 2000s clothing vibe about her. She's probably in her late teens or early 20s. And as you can see, I really like fashion and like period fashion, I guess. I saw a picture of like this, I don't know, like velvet or like suede jacket that looked kind of 70s, you know, kind of early 2000s. So I wanted her to have kind of this big oversized jacket. And I wrote day one on the right side just because, I mean, she's going to be coming back for a lot of different days. I don't know how many outfits I'd be designing. But then she has the classic low-rise bootcut jeans. I also wanted to do some other designs, maybe for other characters or the main antagonist. But I decided just to leave that for now since, again, I don't know where I'm going with this. And this is enough for one video. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this concept or would like to see more of it, because I would love to do more background paintings and more concepts of like what the area could look at, more mapping out of the park and resort. And also let me know if you have any suggestions or anything in the comments. I love to hear them. I'll see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day. Make sure to drink some water, guys. I know you're not doing it. Bye bye.